In this video, I'm just going to talk about a tournament that I played in and equipment, how we need to be open for a change. So hey, I played in a tournament yesterday, 73 players, had an amazing time. I tied for second, shot a 67, but it was a par 70, okay? But I left some opportunities out there, but I'm happy with that. If I give myself 3 to 5 opportunities around, I'm a happy camper. And I played with people who were younger than me. There were some college players in there, former tour players, mini tour players. It was a good time out there. Really good time on a very, very competitive golf course. But what made the equalizer for me was the driver. I put a Ping 430 Max in my bag. The rep was in and we were just talking. He said, hey, give this one a try. I usually play a low spin driver, the Titleist TS4, the Ping 410 LST, and I've always loved them. But I noticed as I'm getting older, the spin is getting a little bit too low for me and the ball's not staying in the air long enough. Even though I'm hitting really good shots, the ball's not staying in the air. So I said, let me give this a try. And I'm telling you, it made the whole game easy because what I did was point and shoot. I had clear intentions. I picked the target out way down range and I just was aggressive the whole day long. And it made shots into the green so much easier because I was always playing with an easy club in my hand. Anything from, I think the longest club I hit was a 6-iron, but I did use a 4 hybrid on a 210-yard par 3. But onto the course, I think the longest iron I actually hit was a 6-iron, which is really good. I hit a lot of 8-irons, a lot of 9-irons, you know what I'm saying? A few pitching wedges. It was a good day out there. But don't be afraid to change your equipment up. Even if you played something for years, don't be afraid to change your equipment up, all right? Here we go, Ping G430 Max. OB left, trees to the right. That's a pretty ball. Goodness, that's a pretty ball. I mean, I'm just hitting fades on demand with this driver. Ball started right on the left side of the fairway and curved right back into the center. I'll take you up there, folks. All right, folks, like I said, I'm loving this driver. And like I said, I've played low spin drivers for ever since the 975D. Because the 975D, they didn't call it low spin back then, but it was definitely a low spin driver, you know, compared to what, the Big Bertha, right? The Yonex driver, the Cleveland Legend, you know, classic, whatever they called it. You know, none of them was low spin, but the Titleist 975D was low spin. So I took up this left side. This is a long hole. It plays around 460 uphill, par 4. So I like to just, you know, most of the time with a low spin driver, you know, I was kind of steering it out there. But with this driver, I'm just being very, very aggressive with it and just putting the shot in my mind's eye. There you go right there. Nice ball right there. And once it's in my mind's eye, I'm just committing to it. I mean, flat out committing to the shot and just making it work. This is a beautiful ball. Tight fairways. Sugar Creek, everything we do is tight out here, you know, and I'll get my camera stand, it fell, and I'll hit the next shot into the green. But yeah, I just want to say, you know, don't be afraid to experiment, you know, as we get older or as we change our swings, because what used to work, it may still work, but is it optimal, you know? And I think that's it at the end of the day. Is the equipment that we're playing continuously, is it optimum equipment? And I found out just from doing some numbers, you know, I wasn't getting the best opportunity. Just staying that, folks. Level that off a little bit. Sorry about that, folks. There we go. That looked a little crooked to me. Sun just came out. of days. Camera, I might have to stop this, set the camera up again. The screws are kind of loose. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna set the camera up again, folks. Hey, what's going on, folks? I was gonna actually finish that hole out, but I have a lesson in 9 minutes. I gotta get back to the clubhouse. And there was a group getting off the green to their tee box. And you guys already know, anytime I'm making content, first thing I'm gonna do is get out people's way. And we keep a really good relationship going that way at the golf clubs. But my main thing was just talk about that tee shot, and don't be afraid to, change your equipment, especially as we get older. Maybe going to a different shaft, or you may get stronger. You worked on speed. You may have to go into a different shaft, different head type. Like I said, I played low spin drivers since the 90s. Titleist 975D. It wasn't called low spin, but it was definitely low spin, you know what I'm saying? And just always, then recently, Titleist TS4, definitely low spin. Ping 410 LST, definitely low spin. And just, and the reason why, because they really help my swing type out. But now I'm noticing my smash factor is really good, 1.48 to 1.50. So now I need a little bit more spin to keep the ball in the air longer, actually, So don't be afraid to play with, equipment out there. Especially, I heard now they can get it where you can go get equipment. You can rent equipment, man. They got companies that send you equipment. They let you play it for 30 days and then exchange it in. I mean, we didn't have none of these kind of deals coming up. And so finding the right equipment for you now, it's like a no-brainer. It's like a no-brainer. So hey folks, I hope you enjoyed this little video. Again, it was 100% about my tournament I played in. I tied for second place, 67. It was a par 70, but it still was a good score. Good score on a good course. I left a couple out of there. I probably had a chance to shoot a 64, honestly. I burned some corners on some putts. Burned some quarters on some putts. One of the putts just went into the hole, looked all the way into the hole, and then came back out of the hole. But I didn't let none of it bother me. I just kept going to the next hole, the next shot, and I just had clear intentions. So make sure when you're out here playing golf that you have clear intentions. A lot of people ask, how can they transfer their practice time, their training time to the golf course? The one thing you can do is start having golf shots versus golf swings and have clear intentions. Clear intentions. And I always say, have the Tom Brady mentality, where if you throw an interception, don't let that work. Don't let that bother you. Think about what's going on right here now in the present. Clear intentions, okay? Take care, folks. Peace. That's a pretty ball. Goodness, that's a pretty ball.